Hi, I'm your boy, the Media Prince, and I want to welcome you back to another epic season of great conversations, great laughs, great art, great stories, just plain old greatness, and we're here in the nation's capital. Welcome to Conversations with the Media Prince. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your boy, the Media Prince, and we are back for another episode of Conversations with the Media Prince. And like no other, I have a dynamic guest who, this young lady right here is I want to say she is a party curator here for the DMV area. I want to say she is a culture shift maker. Ooh. Yes. An influencer, a tastemaker, and someone who has solidified herself as a beacon of architecture here that allows us to grow in the atmospheres of not only nightlife, but influencer life here. This lady is the reason why I like going outside on Sundays. She's a boss, she's a CEO, she's an entrepreneur. She's Black girl excellence in its highest form. The one, the only, Miss Gabby Johnson. How are you?
I'm well, thank you so much. That was an incredible intro. I'm like, dang, is that me? I'm working on accepting those things, but I appreciate it. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited I get to talk to you. I've been a fan of yours for years, and I've been able to come out of my shell. And that's the thing. I don't think we also get to tell our champions how much you guys actually anchor and help us in our lives. I'm not a partier.
Yeah.
But that also comes with getting out of your shell. That's another level of confidence. And due to the atmospheres you've created has allowed me to meet new people, talk to new people, create new business relationships. And you have created that space for the DMV. But I want to take it all the way back. When did Gabby know that she had an eye to do anything in the DMV?
Great question. I started off my club or nightlife hospitality industry experience selling hookah at the clubs in DC. So I started in I graduated from college. I'm a Bennett Belle. I went to Bennett College. Once I graduated, I came back home to Silver Spring, and I started working with my best friend in this company called Famous Hookah. And so my first gig was at the Greek Picnic in Baltimore, and then from there we went, I was at Rose Bar, Ozio, and that's when Griffin Sundays was first starting. Ooh. So I remember Cities, Barcode, Look Lounge, remember Look? Yeah. Yeah, wow. Selling hookah in those places was an incredible time, because I learned so much about what I'm good at. I love making people feel seen. I love making people feel empowered. I know it's just a hookah, but people were they felt like they was top dog with the hookah, right? So yeah, and I also learned how to sell, right? Right. And not just with your looks, right? How to open your mouth, how to speak, how to know what that client wants.
So as you can see, that she has history. She ain't new to this. She's true to this. But also in this hospitality industry, this nightlife industry here, because we know the DMV is really set on that whole industry. And it's rare, too, when you hear not only women, but Black women being behind the atmosphere itself. Yeah. We only usually hear that it's a male-dominated field, so you're rare in these spaces. Yeah. What was those obstacles like?
Not using that as a crutch. I think that's a very important antidote. Yeah, it is very much so male-dominated, and there aren't that many women. But I also, once I stopped using that as the first excuse why someone didn't like me, and I was just okay, let's just let's automatically give that they don't like me because I'm a woman in here and they only expect to see men. Let's move on, right? And I think that you'll be surprised once you move on how other people feel damn, she's not taking the bait of whatever I'm trying to give because she's a woman, right? Gotcha. It's okay. So I'll wait. I was gonna take an hour for the manager to get. Oh, okay. I'll wait.
Now, did you have to train yourself in that arena? Because not everyone has that skill.
Yes, let's be very clear. And that's what I was trying to mention in the way I was trying to speak about it, was that it took me a while to realize, like, Gabby, you are going to be the only woman in places. Like, that's okay, but that's a given. So let's move on from that, and let's not use that as a crutch. I definitely feel like every time I get into a room, that's going to be the first thing. Like, she's my business partner's like lackey or assistant, right? Cool. But once I open my mouth, let me make sure that I've done my work, my research, understanding the climate of the restaurant industry at the moment, and then they'll realize, oh no, she needs to be at the table, right?
And you just said the key word, research. This lady is educated, and when she puts her hands in things, she's not just doing it willy-nilly. She did her research. We're in an arena where research is like taboo. People are like, what's that? Like reading, learning.
Yes. Or they just like, we just see one thing and we're like, that's fact. And I'm like, no, not exactly, but yeah.
But learning so many different avenues of this space, because you have to learn it from so many different angles. How hard was that? Because and it's probably still constantly going. You're probably always having to research.
Yeah. And but I think that's a part of, my why, right? Because I never saw someone that looked like me, or someone who is doing what I'm not the first person. Let's be very clear. I'm not the first person to do what I do, right? But or first woman, black woman to do what I do. But I want to be the best that I could be, right? So I want to understand how social media is affecting my sales, how climate affects my sales, how would I take myself out of my events or my experiences? Why would I want to go to this, right? So I don't know if that answers your question, but
it does. It does. It makes us also understand why you are at the top of your game, because you do your homework. You're a true student of the art. And I think people like you are examples to follow, because we have to realize you can't take the easy way out. If you're going to do this, like Beyonce say, shut up and really do it. It's either it's no need to make all these rounds. So
you're absolutely right. Sorry, that Beyonce quote. Like, I don't know. I think it's maybe the same quote where she's like, "Stop looking at what they're doing. Are you not doing it? Stop doing hello. Stop looking at what so and so's doing. What are you doing? You want to get to your what?" I was like, "Get me together, stranger, but a friend." So I agree.
And when I tell you guys, so I'm just going to say this, and everybody that's watching is going to automatically know, Litty in the city. When I tell you, DMV was at your feet. I mean, I am talking about that just saying Litty in the city. Just, you didn't have to say anything further. They knew exactly what time it was, where it was going to be. The vibes was the vibe, and this was the place to be. And honestly, what's so dope, sidebar, is as we get older, because unfortunately we're getting older,
more seasons.
This is going to go into the archive of how when we were younger, how we used to say, "Oh, we went to love," and
then we were Litty in the city at love. Yes, and like that's such a good feeling, but. There's so much more, so I'm excited to. I'm blessed to been a part of that, right? To have been in any way like my foot in that situation.
What was that experience like at that time when it was? Because I don't know. I know you guys always had to work because it became such a phenomenon. But what was that experience for you like in that moment, and seeing how much pull you really had over the city?
Thank you. It's so funny that you say the pull, because that's like kind of that was why we created Litty in the City, was because we felt like there was such like an unspoken hierarchy in the club scene, and I was like, what is going on? I don't get this. So I stopped selling hookah and I started working at Park under Mark Barnes, and he is a great mentor of mine. You know, he's just an honest person, and you take for what you want with that, right? I met my business partner for Great Energy Group, Marcus, and we were just kind of like doing our thing. We were just like, he was a server, I was VIP table host. And from there, we became friends. So we were hanging out one night. And I was like, yeah, I wanted to do a brunch named like Litty in the City, but that sounds too much like Sex in the City. He was just like, no, it doesn't. We could do this. And so he has background in like just hosting parties at his house, and then he did some parties when he was at school, and so he actually reached out and brokered the first deal at Focus, which the first Lady in the City was at. And then from there, I got in the ring and started helping negotiate. And when we got to like kind of like, oh my gosh, like the point where I was like, damn, people are like coming from out of the city to like this is on their Sunday to-do list, Litty in the City. Like, it's definitely it's like, wow, it's a great feeling. But then I'm working on this, I think it's a gift and a curse. I'm always like, okay, so what's next?
Gotcha.
Because this is just DC, right? And DC's, like, people say that in California, like, you tell a story in California, the whole world knows, and I think that is true. But DC has a special way of, like, the footprints are bigger than just the city limits, right? And so, yeah, I find myself still in that balance. Like, okay, so this is really cool. So, but how do I impress myself more?
I love that. And also, her and Marcus are also my DMVs 35 under 35. Hey!
Yes, yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. I think I woke up to that and I was like, wait, I'm on a list. So, I was super honored. I don't sometimes have the words, or I didn't have the words to articulate, but I think it's an incredible platform where you are. Because I will speak for myself, but I think most creatives, we don't do it just for these lists, right? That's not why you do it, but to be recognized by peers is a special thing. So thank you for creating that.
You're doing your fucking thing.
As are you.
And we know Great Energy Group is also transitioning into something new, but you're also transitioning into something new, and you're embodying such a new glow about you that I think is so fascinating. And I think women are going to be even more drawn to you just because you're resilient and triumphant. And there's a drive that you have that you're going to get to your goals any means necessary in a great way without losing yourself. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So with this new space, what would you say you have learned about yourself so far?
Ooh, what have I learned about myself so far? That sometimes I really need to just focus on behavior activation, because I can easily talk myself out of things. But behavior activation is something that I learned on an Instagram reel. So there is some info.
Teach us, because everybody like, ooh.
And it's pretty much, it was this doctor, I guess, or someone who practices it as well. And he doesn't want to go to the gym, but instead of like waiting to like want to go to the gym, he just starts putting on his sweatshirt, his sweatpants, and his socks and his shoes, and then goes to the door, then gets his keys, and then goes to the car. By the time he gets to the gym, he wants to be at the gym. It's like your brain needs a moment to actually get there. So once you start doing the things, by the time you get to wherever you need to go, you'll be there. And so as I focus not only on great energy, but on building my personal brand and my services, it's just some mornings it's just like, I know you don't want to do it. I'll be like, do I have a headache? No, you don't. Girl, get up. But no, seriously. And that's just me being honest with myself, right? Because some days are harder than others. Some days you're super motivated, other days you're not. I think I constantly try to read self-help books, and they always talk about motivation is sometimes not enough. I think that's a common misconception. Everyone's like, oh, just stay motivated. I'm like, some days it don't give, but we do keep going.
It's those key things about self-discovery that I think are most amazing of what we're like really capable of, and like how much we also can be in our own way. It's like you learn that, damn, I stopped myself from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then you learn, just like you said, the activation to where you realize that it's really you in the way of you.
Right.
And
exactly.
so it's beautiful to also see that Gabby is learning Gabby, and Gabby is also learning how to put Gabby here and put Gabby here.
Yes.
And put Gabby here. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And so I think that's so epic to see you do that. Now, back to Great Energy Group, you guys, now I do know you guys are on their back because when Litty in the city, we had, it was a pandemic. Yeah. But, sneakily, our asses wanted to come out and still just have us a good time.
Yes, cutting up.
But just like how you always do life and learn new experience, you've learned to pivot and shift and create a new realm to target us in a whole new arena. So explain what's going on now with Great Energy Group.
Yes, so the lifestyle brand, which just has so many legs to it, has moved away from the weekly nightlife, constant like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, we're not doing that right now, but we are more focused on intentionality behind our events. So we still do host Litty in the city like sporadically, but focus on more invite only, more industry-led networking mixers. Even just we're creatives. Like Marcus and I are creatives at our heart. So even a creative way to celebrate something that's always been celebrated is what we want to kind of get back to where we initially thought of Litty in the city. It was something fresh, different, and even our wellness spaces. So we just started hosting golf clinics. We just had our 5th one this morning, which was incredible. It was an intimate group. But just looking to bid on that, we had a yoga partnership with a couple hotels in the area, and we just want to just keep building our community, not only through the parties, but through other meaningful experiences. Like that's our motto, is create community through experiences. And so
I think that's going to be dynamic too, because we also get to grow, because we're growing.
Yes.
And let's just be honest, we turning into grandmas and grandpas, so we
don't
mind.
Are the adults. Isn't that crazy?
So partying is not really like also our first go-to like that. So now we're also getting to see you guys grow with us and take us places like doing things like you just did this morning. Like that's a whole new outlet that a lot of people are like, okay. Yes. Now I have something else to do because I don't want to party. And then this also conduces to what is already happening here in the DMV, whether we like it or not. As far as that. And I think that's really, really, really dope. I just was partying with this young lady a few weeks ago. You had partnered with the Divas Unfiltered podcast.
Yes, I did.
And you're also, let's shout out, you have a deal with Lobos Tequila.
Yes, I'm the Lobos, thank you so much. I'm the Lobos 1707 Tequila brand specialist for Washington, D.C. I have a counterpart as well. Shout out to John. And it's been an incredible experience. It's taught me a lot. This is my first official brand partnership. I think, as someone who curates events, promoter, whatever we want to call it, we put a lot of liquor brands on our back. So this is the first official one, and I'm very excited to be under, leadership of people who look like me, right? And even if you are a Black person, you're maybe a part of minority. There's a lot of minorities, there's a lot of women. So it's a very exciting experience.
And I love the intimacy you're creating with events again and bringing us in intimate space with the brand itself, because I had never heard, don't get me wrong, I'm a drinker and my friend is Walt, so I've always heard about the different tequilas.
Yeah, I was
But you allowed us to see the brand in a more intimate space with having your events. Was there intention behind, what was the intention behind just creating those intimate settings now? Because with the invite-only events, it feels like we now have more like a connection to really like vibe, and like the energy just feels more, it feels less party and more community. Yeah,
well, I love to hear that. That's a good feeling, and essentially that's one of the goals that we have when we curate invite onlys. I think it's never to ostracize anyone. Marcus and I always get on each other because we're like, damn, we forgot. Oh, we always forget somebody. So we're definitely trying to. It's a constant thing. But I think that ultimately, you do want a different experience to make the person feel something different, right? And so in the terms of the opportunity to collaborate with Diva Unfiltered podcast, I jumped at that opportunity. Not only are these Black women, but they're Black women who have a very notable and recognizable voices in this area. And just to, and my goal that Logos wants me to do is to increase the footprint. Why would I would jump at a chance to work with people, with two women whose voices, they don't have to even see the person. They hear the voice, they're like, oh my gosh, that's Dominique the Diva, that's Shay Parker, right? And so I just felt there was so much synergy with my sis and Lobos and friends.
No, it was a dynamic event.
I'm happy to
I blame you for all the headache the following morning. Because a brother, it's not his 20s no more, which you have been a great architect of my 20s. I have some fun times in my 20s thanks to you.
Well, I already have that. That makes me feel really, really good. Although you're young too.
I'm still young, but the recovery game was a little bit better than Litty in the City days, okay? Today it's let brother sleep till about 4 p.m. Now, you said something at the event that you had in connection with Divas Unfiltered, and it just stuck out to me while you were on the mic, and a lot of us in the back were like, really like, that was actually very powerful. And you said, doing it scared. And it just was so powerful to hear that, because oftentimes we put on those capes of trying to fake the funk that we're scared as hell.
Yes.
Versus embracing, it's okay. Do it scared, because when you do it scared, results that you never imagined come from it. So what is that journey like for Gabby Johnson doing it scared?
I'm doing it scared right now. That's what that means. I'm doing it scared right now. I always am always like, wait, people want to interview me? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I want to become a better storyteller. I want to become a better teller of my story. And so it requires me to open my mouth and talk to people and take criticism with a smile, not with an attitude. Because sometimes I can be like, wait, no, Gabby, that was wrong. We can improve. So doing it scared also means thinking through this is all the horrible things that could happen, but this is like all the great things that could happen as well, and just leaning on to that, right? I mean, it's easier said than done, don't get me wrong, but other times I'm just like, say my prayer, and I'm like, because if I do any more mulling over it, it's not going to hit.
It's crazy you said that. I was thinking of this. That's why I love social media too, because it allows us just to see just different archives and different stuff. So there was this clip of Diana Ross, and she was talking to the gentleman on stage, and he just was telling her, he was just basically coming at her from a way of the cup is half empty. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, well, we also know as humans, we're going to have a positive thought and a negative thought that contrasts that thought. She was just like, honestly, my goal is to focus only on those positive thoughts. And the more I focus on the positive thoughts, the negative ones don't seem to come up anymore, because I've kept my mind on positivity. And I think we're seeing this is what's happening with you. How does it also feel to know that this new space you're in, people are really embracing of it, and they are really on board with where you're going? I
love it. I think, I won't lie to you, the industry kind of jades you a little bit, but I do love it, because I do think I'm gifted with discernment, so I can tell what's genuine, what's not. And even if I don't get the most genuine vibe from it, I'm like, it's okay, because I think I'm gonna take it anyway, right? So, I love the feedback, but just gotta keep going.
I love that. And what's dope is I'm getting a sense of Gabby knows Gabby, and if Gabby is good with Gabby, the outside world can't hinder what Gabby has going on.
That is the ultimate goal. I will not say we're 100% there. In my complete transparency, I will not say we're 100% there, but I will say that I am doing the work to get there. And I'm also recognizing when I don't like something, it's like, all right, let's take time to unpack what we don't like. Okay, we don't like it because we are seeking validation, or do we not like it because we feel guilty that we messed up and we try to put on this perfect role? What is it? I'm a reformed people pleaser, and I think that also comes into the praise, right? So if you're a people pleaser, you want validation, you want Gabby, you're the best, oh my gosh. But then also sometimes you don't have it, and you have to also be okay with somebody being like, damn, she said no, and being like, well, yes, Gabby had to say no.
Facts.
So,
And
yeah.
how important has your nose been now?
In terms of just sniffing it out, like figuring out, I definitely think it's getting better because I'm slowing down. I'm like, it used to be like mile a minute, but now I'm like, slow down. It'll get done, right? But I think every day is a new opportunity to test the nose.
I like that. What do you think so far has been your 3 keys to success?
3 keys to success. I think showing up as myself. So show up as yourself. I think being quick to listen and not quick to speak.
Ooh! Write that down.
You are. And my last key to success, be honest with yourself. Like, I think we are the biggest, and I said this on one of my reels. It's like sometimes you can be your best liar, and it's like, yo, you do not like that. Like, it is okay for you not to like that. But again, I think for me, it was just so hard to be like, oh, are you saying no? Yes, you are, and it's okay. And the world is we're still here, we're breathing. Yeah,
So what I want to ask you this too. What advice would you give to the girl that's watching you that you've been molding and didn't even know you were molding her, and she's watching you?
Oh, wow. That's incredible. Like I pray that is like a thing. I will say to her, reach out to me. Secondly, to stay focused but not married to your goal, right? Because I think that what Litty in the City started out in my head, in my apartment in 2017, and what the goals and the plans that we have for it now, night and day, right? So I would just say stay focused but not married to something, so you don't stay in something for longer than you need to. That's also relationship advice too. Yeah.
If Keenan Ivy Waynes was here, he would say message.
Yes.
Here's one. What does 2024 Gabby Johnson say to the Gabby Johnson that was the hookah girl that was ready to make her impact?
You're the bomb. I think that people don't hear that enough. And as a 22-year-old selling hookah at Capital, like, if somebody told me that, I probably would have been smiling from ear to ear, or burst out in tears, because I'd be like, wait, you think me? Like, yeah.
And she is the bomb. This is why we're seeing her flourish today. And thank you for not only taking a chance, but betting on yourself.
Yes.
Even when it was hard to do as well, because we also know that's that imposter syndrome where we'll miss out on betting on ourselves because we're betting on something we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And so thankfully, due to you doing that, you have opened doors and created spaces for creatives like myself to meet other creatives and to create and connect and have community and party like hell.
Do you know when we first met?
Amazing. No, tell it, because I think so. I don't remember when we first met. I do remember where I first made a good interaction with you, where I felt like I like them and this is why I like it. And we were at, I want to say it was Midnight Barbecue.
Yes, that's when I first met you. That's when I remember.
Okay.
How could you rate the Litty in the City party experience? And like, I'm gonna give you 3 words. I'm gonna do it easy for you. I was gonna say 2, but I was gonna say
give me 3, please. Authentic, energizing, and rememberable.
Ooh,
remember.
I like that.
Night barbecue,
And we were at the benches.
Yes.
Taking a few shots. And that's where I got to see the human behind the because at that point y'all was the monarch. Like,
no, but that's how I felt about you too. Like the media prince. So like I like looked up. I was like, damn, is it like chill or are we having like a conversation in the middle of it? It was really cool. It was because I think Davy J, the Virgo, was also there too.
And what's ironic is my guy Shaba MLB was he always if he feels like everything is going good and it's a vibe. He'll just pull out his camera and gets content. So like, I also give shout out to him because he gets the best moments of the media press that allows the world to see what's happening. So
shout out.
It's like a full circle moment.
Yes,
like, you know what I'm saying?
It is.
Before I let you go, what is next for? Well, I'm not gonna let her go just yet. She knows she got to play the game. But before we get to the game, what is next for Gabby Johnson? What is it? What are new arenas you want to do, and what are some things you're ready to do scared?
I am reading more to prepare myself to be a better public speaker. I am also thinking I've been trying to focus my like idle time, if you will, like if I'm just on critical thinking. Like, so I don't understand stocks, but I want to understand stocks. So I want to, if it takes like bit by bit, little increments of information. I'm not gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna become Wolf on Wall Street, but I just think that type of in the research I've done, that type of thinking, critical, strategic thinking, helps you in any part of your life, right? So like the business, at the conference table, at the coffee table, over drinks, it just helps you be a better person.
So it sounds like we're getting ready to see you reach new heights and do even greater things. And I'm excited because you always take us with you. So.
Yeah, this is a community we're building. So that's the ultimate goal. Great Energy Group, my personal brand, it's bigger than all of us. Even the Media Prince is bigger than just you yourself, right? You're able to impact and touch people with your words, with your journalism skills. So I think that's a blessing.
Hey, now, the moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm nervous.
She's the curator of our partying scene here. So music, we're going to see what's her palette, what she likes. And we're not judging.
I'm sure.
Okay? Even if you want to yell and throw your phone at the camera if she doesn't give you the answer you want. Let's see. So,
y'all gonna hate me. Oh, Lord.
It's called Either Or.
Okay.
So I give you two hip hop legends. The person you say stays. The person you don't say never existed, never made music.
That's crazy. Oh, wow.
And then for you, I'm going to give you two great energy passes. No, we love her. She got on green. She got on money green. We're going to give her 3 great energy passes. So you got 3 chances to skip if you can't pick, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready? Now remember, the person you say stays, the person you don't say never existed.
That's crazy.
Are you ready?
Media Prince. Okay, yes.
Okay. Tupac or Biggie?
That's insane. Great Energy Group pass. Great Energy pass. Lord, after break.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Oh, Jay-Z.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Drake. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not a Kendrick Lamar fan, but he's incredible.
Okay. J. Cole or Eminem?
J. Cole.
Okay. She's doing pretty good.
They said she want to sleep. That's what they said. Nah, I love J. Cole for real.
Okay. 2 Chainz or Future?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Common or Andre 3000?
Andre 3000.
Okay. Kanye West or Lil Wayne?
Great Energy Group pass. Like what? I knew you was gonna put Wayne with somebody. Like, yes, I knew that you was up to something.
T.I. or Ludacris?
Damn, that's a good one.
Mind you already. We didn't get to the ladies yet. She'd already used 2 passes.
Down low. Let's do T.I.
Okay, T.I. Okay. Let's move to the ladies. Remy Ma or Nicki Minaj?
Nicki.
Okay. Little Kim or Trina?
Little Kim.
Okay. Eve or Foxy Brown?
I feel bad because she's another Trini rapper, but I have to go with Eve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay. So she's good. She still has passes.
Yes.
Okay. Lotto or Doja Cat?
This is just their rap, right? I guess I like Lotto.
Okay, Lotto stays. Okay, let's do one more for the ladies. Missy Elliott or Left Eye?
Not fair because they didn't have enough time on the
You can
earth.
have one more pass.
Is it the end of the game? Okay, we can do a pass, the last pass, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she did it. The one, the only Gabby Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, please let them know where they can follow you and where they can find you.
Oh, yes. Is this camera? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, my name is Gabrielle. You can call me Gabby, G-Mazing. You can find me on Instagram at G-Mazing, G-E-E-Mazing, and also on TikTok and all social media platforms. Yeah.
Hey, and you know, G-Mazing has a ring to it, so I'm excited to see what you take.
Sorry. Also,
this you.
Follow my business, Great Energy Group, on Instagram and TikTok, as well as Litty in the City Tour on Instagram.
Bam. Conversations with the Media Prince, shop at MLB. We out.